Hi, my name's Zoe. I'm a software engineer and former university professor who loves teaching folks how to code. Something my students always ask me is, do I need to learn JavaScript in order to become a web developer, or can I just learn React? Well, today we're going to answer that question by building this memory game up here. We're going to use Next.js, React, and maybe some JavaScript. We'll see. Let's hop into it. So yeah, this is the memory game that we're going to be building here. As you can see, it is fairly simple and straightforward. We just have the the circles here that the user will click on in order to basically determine whether or not flip over the memory game. So they'll flip over one and maybe get a number, let's say it's 1, and then they flip over another one and they'll either get a matching number, so then the 2 would stay visible to the user, or they'll get a non-matching number and then the 2 would turn back to these blue dots. So that's what we're going to work on building right now. First things first, I've already gone ahead and started up a project called Memory Game in my VS Code. I used this Mux.ts app, so it's using TypeScript, which is just a superset of JavaScript. We're using Material UI and Next.js, and basically just combines that all together. But we're going to determine whether or not we actually need to use the TypeScript, or if we can just get away with using our TSX files instead, or JSX. I've compiled that, and basically this is what we're looking at. Just a really blank page, just says home, nothing too fancy going on yet. So let's see what we can do. All right, so diving into my folder structure here, what do I have? I have my page that says home. I have my layout. Okay, cool. So looking at our image here, I guess first things first, I will want to probably change this back to white. So let me take a look at the CSS here. I think actually I might just want to get rid of all of that. I'm just going to comment it all out. There we go. Cool. Get rid of that default CSS. I'm just going to erase all of it. There we go. Got rid of the default CSS. Get rid of the globals. And we can add stuff back in as we need to. And because we haven't committed anything yet, it's still in our change history here. So it's not very difficult to get back. All right, cool. Let's take a look at our page. Awesome. We're starting with a white page. So that is what we want. So we'll go ahead and get started with that. So looking at the app, I want to break it into different components to make my life a little bit easier. So first things first, I'm going to take a look. Let's see, we have like a bit of a header here. Restart new game. And then we have this middle section where you actually play the game. And then we have the lower section here that seems to have a timer, and it counts the number of moves. So I guess this is like single player mode. I just want to scroll through my options here. All right, it does look like there's a multiple player mode, so maybe that's something you can add on once we've got our single player mode good to go. And then they have a mobile design, so we could also make it responsive if we want to. All right, but looking at the single player mode, I'm going to start with the nav bar at the top here, and then I'm going to build this middle section like the game, and then this timer and move counter, basically just tracking how long it took you to actually make your move. All right, so let's start with a nav. I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call it components. And we're going to save that. And then I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to call it navigation, or nav.tsx. So again, we're using TSX files, which is basically the same as JavaScript files or JSX files, this is the same as JSX files, not necessarily JavaScript. But as you'll learn, React and JavaScript are kind of inseparable. So we're going to build out this nav. So let's go ahead and import this nav into this home page. So we'll say nav. Get rid of that. And then I'm going to, we have our nav there. I'm going to, what are we going to do? Let's use a box instead of a div. So I'm actually going to change this into a box. MUI material. We're going to slash box. And then I'm going to have, let's see, memory, restart game, and new game. So we're going to have a logo. So let's use an H1 or H2 typography. We're going to say memory, and we're going to say variant equals H1, and save that. And then I'm going to do another box, and I'm going to have two buttons. I'm going to say button 1. Oh, and I should have these be named imports. Great. Okay, so button 1 is going to be restart, and the button 2 is going to be new game. You're going to save that. Okay, cool. So off to a good start. Then with this box now, the reason I want to use a box, not a div, is so I can use the SX prop, which will allow me to just write my styles in line. So we're going to say display flex, and boom, we already have everything in line. And then I'm going to say justify content. I'm going to say space between. Save that. Cool. So now they're separated on the page. And then I'm going to say align items, and we're going to say center, so that they vertically center themselves. The last thing I want to do here, I want to make a bit of a container around the whole thing so that everything is just really forced more to the center of the page. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to wrap this. I think I can do a container from Material UI. It's a container, and save that. Container API. See if it will open that here for us. Okay, yeah, the max width property is what I want to target. So we'll say max width, maybe medium, and see if that works. Let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty comparable. Maybe we could go with large. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So we're going to go with that. Awesome. Let me just move these around. All right, cool. So now that we have our top nav, let's style up these buttons a little bit. So we can actually use this color picker tool, which is just like an extension for Google Chrome. And yeah, I'm just going to grab the color on the page now. Oh, it's going to be behind it, so that's going to make it a little bit challenging. Let me see. It's the same color as this color here, so let me just grab it. From what page? Ah, there we go. It does go away. All right. Well, it's this color right here. So now that we have our color, copy that. And what I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to create a color file. So I'm going to say new file, color or colors.ts. And then we're going to say const colors equals that. I'm going to say it's a bit of like a yellow orange. We could do primary, secondary, tertiary. What colors do we have? Let's call it tertiary. And that's going to be the color. Oops, the color there. All right. Already we're starting to use some JavaScript. So I don't know, maybe there are other ways you can do this. You could probably do it inline in your TSX file, which again would not require you learning like this JavaScript object notation, but I don't know. Or object syntax, I should say. So I don't know. I'm just saying. We'll see. All right. So this button, we're going to say background color is going to be colors. Oh, and I should export that. Export colors dot tertiary. And then the actual color is going to be And we're going to have a white. And we're going to say the color is going to be white. Cool. Awesome. That one's looking pretty good. And then the new game one now is going to be, let's see, text is going to be this color. There we go. So we're going to copy that. I don't know if that's our primary. That might be our, that might be our text color. I think I might have to call it text. Actually, I'm going to drop that under here. And so that's for the new games. We're going to say save that. And then I think this is going to be our secondary color, this background here, that like little grayish, whitish color. And we're going to say that is our secondary. And again, I'm not a designer, so however you want to do this, please feel free. So we'll make that our background color. One thing I do try to do when I'm doing this, and I say this now, it's going to fall apart, but I like to try and put things in alphabetical order so I can find them, like the properties, so I can find them later. But we'll see how well that works. All right, so we go secondary. All right, awesome. Looking pretty decent. And then we're going to set, and then we have this color. This is going to be our primary color. Yeah. And I'm also going to grab the color of memory, because I don't know if that is the same. Oh, can I not grab it? Oh, did it freeze? Didn't like that. There we go. Okay. That's going to be the color of memory. So we'll call this our header color. Or logo. Let's call it the logo, because that is kind of like the logo. And so we're going to say this one, the color is going to be logo. Cool. So we pretty much have our colors sorted. The next thing I want to do is really deal with these, the shape of the button and make sure it's like, rounded and all that nice stuff. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to say const nav button equals, can I do this? Let's see. Let's say button, and then I'm going to have, the text, and then we're going to have the SX will equal SX. I'm going to say text, SX. All right, and what I'm trying to do here, I just want to reuse some of these styles. So I want to say like border radius is like 2 rem, and I don't want to have to repeat these styles in multiple locations. And so far it's working, so we'll try that. So border radius 2 rem. Or let's say instead of text, let's say, so text, we'll say children, React, I think it's React Node, and then SX will be SX props, I think that's correct. I'm going to change this to children, say this to children, I'll change this to button props and see if that works. Oops. Okay, good. Yeah, that's what I wanted. So yeah, looking pretty decent. We're gonna set the font weight to 800. And let's add some padding. Let's say padding, top bottom 0.5 rem, left right 1 rem. And yeah, looks pretty good. I think we could probably do a little bit more finishing touches, but I know you guys want to see a bit more of the logic and see how things are really put together, so let's hop through into that. I'm just going to add a little margin right here. Okay, awesome. So yeah, we'll set those buttons up to do something once we actually have our game to actually work with. Next thing I want to do here, I want to create these circles, because these will kind of be where most of the game lives. So let's go ahead and create this centerpiece here. So I'll close our nav for now, close our colors, close this, close that. And I'm actually going to create a new branch. So say git checkout B game MVP, and then we're going to commit all of this to our branch. Nav complete. I always say, you know, you gotta you gotta be committing, and then I'm never committing. So we're committing this time. All right, and I do actually, I think I have to change the parent repository. I think right now it's still pointing to the clone. So anyhow, we've made that change. Let's go ahead and create the game. So next component I'm going to create, I'm going to say new file game.tsx, not .ts, TSX. And I'll import that into here. And this this game component is where like the bulk of the game logic is going to live, I think. I'm thinking of the game as like this thing right here, and then it could include this as well. We'll see when we get to that part. But that's what I'm thinking of when I say game, like it's this piece. Maybe it should be both. We'll see. So yeah, we have that. Now we need to create these circles. So let's call them. Let's call it a tile. I'm going to call it tile.tsx. And what the tile should be is, let's make it a box. And this is the first time I'm building this, so I'm figuring it out on the fly with you guys. But if you do have any suggestions, please feel to comment down below. And if you're enjoying what you see, please feel free to hit that subscribe button, like. Let me know in the comments if you're enjoying it or if you hate it. It really does help with the algorithm and helping people see the video, so appreciate it. All right, so we have our tile, and let's say, I'm gonna put tile, but we're gonna end up mapping over like an array or something. Let's say, okay, so first things first, we need the background color. Color is going to be colors dot, I think it was secondary. Did we say it was secondary? No. Primary is a primary color. Primary. All right. Cool. And then we're going to say that the height is going to be fixed is, let's try 4rem width 4rem, and border radius is 50%. Let's save that. Okay, cool. Not bad. Pretty decent. I think we can make it a little bit bigger. Maybe we'll do 6 for each of these. 6 round. But yeah, that looks pretty good to me. All right, cool. So we want to have what? 4x4? This one has more though. I guess more people. Okay, so for a single player, we'll do 4x4. So for the game, that's 16. We'll say const. Const num tiles equals 16. I'll say num tiles dot. How do I want to do this? Again, I'm trying, like, this is where it gets tricky. It's like, you can learn React and not learn JavaScript, but then when you get to a problem like this, how do you actually display the data? You know, it's like, I could, right? I could just drop in 16 tiles, you know, and just, they would show up, you know, like I could do that. But it's not like the most efficient way to do this. So when my students push back and say, well, I don't really want to learn JavaScript, I say, well, you know, you're kind of setting things up to be more difficult, because if I use JavaScript, I can loop over an array, or I can, you know, subtract from this until I get to the number. And I don't have to write as much repetitive code. So my code will look cleaner at the end of the day. And clean code is less important when you're writing it the first time. It's more important when you go back to fix it the second time. So if you don't have clean code when you start out, it's fine. Like if you create it the first time, it's just messy, you know, code all over the place and whatever. But if you don't have clean code, this, like when you go back to refactor it, maybe there's a bug, maybe you want to make an upgrade, maybe there's something you want to change, then it's going to be a lot harder if things are just repetitive and you have to go change it in 6 different places. So this is why I always tell my students, it's better to learn JavaScript and then learn React rather than just skipping JavaScript entirely and going straight to React. It's kind of like not learning HTML and CSS and just skipping straight to React. You can use elements of React, but React is built off of these languages and syntaxes, or syntax, these languages and syntax. But yeah, so I think it's much more important to learn JavaScript, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then learn React. So again, that's just my 2 cents. If you are interested in learning how to code with my program, it's linked in the description below. You can check it out there. All right, but let's continue building this memory game. All right, so I want 4 tiles by 4 tiles. So how do I do this? What's the best way to do this? That number of tiles. Let's go const rows equals an array of 1, 2, 3. Const columns equals an array of 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just trying something here. And then we're gonna say, const tile row let's say take columns, and we'll say return columns dot map for each column. Return a tile. And the key will be the column. Cool. So then, what I can then do is take the tile row and say, yeah, let's say, we'll say rows. Don't know why that took so long to think. For each row, we're going to return a tile row. I'm going to save that. And then it's going to be the same. Key equals row. Cool. So we have our 16. All right, so now what I need to do is actually modify these so that they display correctly. So what I actually should do is wrap this in a box. Let's see that and do this. Cool. Oh, and I should import box. That'd be useful. Import box from material/box. Cool. And then we're gonna say display flex. I'm trying to avoid like repetitive code again, right? We're gonna say display flex. And perfect. We have our 4x4. Awesome. Last thing I want to do with the tiles now, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a margin. So say margin. And see, I told you, I wanted to write things out in alphabetical order and already not alphabetical order. All right, we're going to say margin is going to be 1.5 rem all around. Too much. Let's do 0.75 rem. Even 0.5, I think, is probably what they want. Yeah, cool. So 0.5 rem, and then we want to center this in our container. And I can take out the word tile now. Just make it self-closing for the time being. But we're actually going to end up putting something inside because we need the numbers to go inside. So let's look at that. We want it to be centered on the game page, right? So we'll say, I'm going to turn this into a box as well. Say that. And drop that in here. And we'll say display flex. Flex. Flex direction column. Or actually, do I want to make the game? Let me inspect this. Let's think about this for a second. Because I could make the game like the whole component centered, or I could make the like pieces. I guess I could do align item center. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. We'll say align items center. I'll save that. Okay, cool. Looks good. And then, so this is the game itself. I guess I also want a little bit of margin. So we'll say margin on the top and bottom. Let's do 2 rem and 0 on the left and right. All right, cool. Maybe a bit more, actually. Let's do 4 rem. Cool. Looks pretty decent. We only have the scaffolding, though, so far. I'm going to worry about the time and the moves later once we actually get the game working. Right now, I think the most important thing is probably to get the game actually going. All right, so let's think about the logic of this, right? We want when a user clicks on one of these tiles, it reveals a random number. And what, how high do these numbers go? Like, I guess it would be the same number as the number of tiles, right? Like, okay. So let's do a const again. Tiles equals 16. All right. So we want a random number between 1 and 16 on the board under one of these tiles, so that when you click on the tile, when somebody clicks new game, you get a new set of new tiles, which makes sense. So it's not the same thing every single time. That's kind of like a later thing. what we do need first is to just be able to tap one of these circles, have it flip over or change color, whatever, you know, reveal itself. We show the number, and then it shows, and then when we tap the second one shows, and if they match, they stay showing. If they don't match, they hide themselves. All right, so let's first pass in these random numbers to the tiles. Let's start with that. So right now I'm just looking at what people have done before because I don't want to reinvent the wheel, but I do want to figure out the best way to figure out, like, you know, what we're doing here. And actually, no, it's not 1 through 16. It's like 1 through 8, right? Because they're supposed to match. So there's 16 tiles. Would be number of pairs would be 8. All right. And we don't actually want it to be a set because we do need 2 of each value. We need 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s. Okay. So values. I'm just going to hard code this for now, and then we'll figure out a better way to do this in a minute. So we'll say 1 1 2 2 3 3 3 4 4 5 5 6 6 7 7 8 8. Right? It's fairly short. Not the worst thing in the world. So then we're going to say, how do we map this now? Ooh, I might have done this wrong. So I want it to be all clever by mapping over the rows and then mapping over the columns. But now, yeah, I think this is the wrong approach here. All right, let's try this again. I'm gonna get rid of this tile row. I'm gonna say, let's use tile values dot map. For each tile, we want to go ahead and return a tile with the value. Simple. Very simple. With a tile. And it's going to say missing key equals tile. Ooh, but that's not going to be unique. Oh, and it does not have any props, so let's do that. Let's say tile is of react.react node. And then we should actually display said value. Or sorry, children. That's what it should really be. Say children. What did I do? I just did that with this guy right here. Tile props. Oops. Save that. Okay. It likes it now. All right, cool. So, yeah, that should work. Okay, we're here. I'm gonna actually just move. Whoops. Okay, so we have that displaying like that. Okay, so I do need to fix the style. And then we also need to fix the display. So let's say, we need to only display 4. And then, oh, this is tricky. Okay. Let's see. How to limit number of flex items. There's like flex, 4 items per row. Right, so they're doing the same problem. Grid. Got you. Got you. Okay, so we'll say flex wrap. And then we'll say width. Whoops. Width will be, what are these? 6 rem times 4. 24. Let's say 30 rem because it has the margin. So it should just wrap. No. Oh, and I did put column. So let me take out column. Yay. Okay, perfect. Awesome. So we'll do that. We'll say, let's say justify content center. I should send it to the center or not. Oh, you know what? It's the larger box. Let's say max width. Justify content center. And flex direction column. Sometimes it's the CSS that gets you. See? Align items. There we go. Except this is not working. I might have to make a game container. All right, we'll worry about the game container later. Right now, we're worried about our numbers. All right, so when they flip, how should they look? Okay, so when they're matched, they change color. All right, so when they flip, so on click, we want it to change to, like on click reveal the number and the other color. Okay, so tile. We're actually going to make these buttons. Or are we going to make them buttons? Yeah, we have to make them buttons to be accessible. But I'm actually going to make it, no, let's use the MUI button. Okay. We're going to make them buttons. And then on click, and see now the number goes right in the middle. Oh, that's actually perfect. It almost changes to the right color. Okay. So on click, we want to display. Display the text. So we'll say const equals const, let's say show number, show value, and set show value. Again, this is JavaScript. I mean TypeScript, but TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript. But we're also using React, so I don't know. False. All right, and then we'll say show value. Needs to be a use client. Okay. So it's giving me the error here because it's not. I didn't put use client at the top, so we've added that now. All right. So then on click now, we'll say on click show value. We'll say set show value to the opposite of show value. Cool. Okay, cool. We'll just have it say nothing. All right, cool. Awesome. Perfect. This like hover state is kind of annoying though. So let's, how do I get rid of that hover state? Let's see, I think it's and hover. Background color. What is it? Colors dot primary. Animation. None. Kind of annoying. All right. Cool. I'll live. I can live with this. All right. So on click, we're showing the value of the child. I think what we should do, not just show the child value, but also change the color. So if show value is true, then we want it to be colors dot secondary. Else we want it to be colors dot primary. So I'll do that. Nope, that did not work. Oh, did it kind of work? Nope, did not. Oh, and it's like there's so many baked in styles with this button. I might just use a regular button. Oh, but then I can't use the SX prompt. That's annoying. All right, and hover. Okay. Take that out for now. Ooh, you know what we could do? We could say and hover color tertiary. I think it's that tertiary color we added. Yes, that looks way better. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So we'll do that, and then we're also going to set the value of the actual text to be white, and we're gonna say font weight is gonna be 800. Save that. We're gonna also say font size is going to be 2 rem. We're going to be a lot bigger. Perfect. Okay, awesome. I'm liking this already. So the style's pretty much good. Now what I'm wondering is, how do I actually make the logic work? All right, so let's think about this. On click, if value A, okay, let's write it down. Because I've said this already, I just didn't write it down. So say on tile click, check, does value, or on tile click, all right? Store value A. On tile click, check, does value, on tile click, value, on tile click value B, does value A equals value B? If yes, keep both tiles visible. If no, hide both tiles. That's the logic there. Okay. Simple enough. Simple enough. So I think we're going to have to create our on click here. So we'll start that. We'll say const on tile click. We're going to pass in that. So we'll say on click equals on click. Now we're going to accept an on click. Oh. Okay, cool. So on tile click. Oh, this should be a client as well, which makes sense because it has a lot of state changes. All right, so on tile click. And then we're going to have to say const value A, let value A equals null, and then let value B equal null. So on tile click, if value A, if not value A, right, because null should be a negative. If not value A, value A equals, or we could go const value A, set value A equals, yeah, let's do it. Use state. Let's say, do that. There we go. And then we'll do the same for value B. We'll do value B, value B. All right, cool. So if not value A, we'll say set value A to B. That should take E dot target dot value. And E is event, mouse event, event, oh, if it exists. Okay, we're going to set it to any for now. And we'll fix that later. If not value A, set if value A and not value B, else if value A and not value B, so this is the case where we've set value A, we haven't set value B, we're going to say set value B to be E dot, value just looks weird now, target dot value if value A and there we go, set value B. So now we set the two of them. Right. And then we say if value A and value B if value A equals value B, then we want to const that's where it gets tricky. That's where it gets tricky. Let's just console log for now. I think we're gonna have to turn these values into objects. Matched. Cool. All right, let's take a look and see if that made any sense at all. Check out the console. Clear all those errors, refresh, make sure it's working, clear all those errors. All right, so let's say 1, oh, we got a lot of errors. Oh, same key, okay, yeah. And 2. Oh, it did say matched. All right, so that we made it to the loop. All right, let me get rid of some of these errors. Let's say key, game. Let's say key equals tile times let's do math dot floor tile times math dot random. And that should fix our error. We're still getting that error? What the heck? Are there other places we have keys? Key? Nope, just there. Interesting. Is it the same math.random each time? Let's try it. Let's get random key. It does the same thing. Maybe it's not calling it. Okay, let's try that now. I do not know. I do not know the answer to this problem. I know what we used to do before was say index and just pass that. It's not really best practice, but it does usually work better than what we're doing now, apparently. All right, so we'll just use that. Cool. Save that. All right, and so now when I do this, wait, how soon did I get that match? If I do this, I don't get it again. Why do I get it on the first one? If value, oh, I guess because they still equal null. Value A equals value B, and value A does not equals null. Console log matched. Let's try that. So it doesn't work. Okay. So now what I want to do is some console logs and see where this is failing. Console log value A, console log value B. See if that's where in the pipeline it's failing. Value A, value B, no. Value A, value B. Oh, interesting. So now value A has been set to something. Oh, you know what it is? It's not grabbing the value. That's what it is. Okay. So let's console log E. Let's see what we get. E dot target dot, it usually is E dot target. Oh, value is nothing. Because we have it as an empty string. On click makes sense. And then if I go here, it's probably going to show me 1. Oh, no, it's still nothing. Interesting. E dot target dot value. So what if instead of an empty string, it was always the child value? Would it still? Really, what I just need to do is pass it children. I don't know why I'm making this so difficult. Like, we don't need e.target.value. We need the tile value. Like, that's what we need. Hilarious. Making it so much harder than it has to be. Explicitly declare it. All right, so now it should work. Let's try it. 1, 1. But why on the second time? Oh, maybe because of the second. Ah, this should go inside. That's what. All right, 1. No. Why? Console. Why doesn't that trigger? Not the same. Oh, it triggers before it sets. How interesting. Okay, so what if value 8 equals tile value? Do that. Say that. Matched. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So now that we've gotten that, we need to, let's see. Now that we've gotten that, we need to do something. We need to set something. All right. It's like we need to set it to visible. I think what we're going to end up having to do is set each tile. So we'll say, I'm going to make it like this. I'm going to say it's like value is this, and then status is hidden. I think that's what I'm going to have to do for all of them. And then I'm just going to go back and redo all of these. And this is why it's not good to have stuff like this. Like I'm here telling you, be more imperative. It's not declarative. And here I am declaring everything. All right, cool. Save that. All right, so we're going to say, oh, now we need to pass it differently though. Yeah, so we're not going to pass it as a child any longer. We're going to just pass it into tile is going to be of type value, which is a number, and status, which is a string. We'll say tile onClick tile.value, tile.value. Why are you freaking out? All right, let's just get rid of this. We'll say tile values.map each tile. Return. Key is going to be the index. And tile is going to be the tile. Why are we upset? Oh, and on click. On click is going to be on tile click. Cool. Save that. Awesome. So now instead of using show value, we'll say, yeah, we're going to change this. So this is always going to show the tile value. We're just going to make it a property of sorts. Yeah, we're going to make it a different property. So right now all the numbers should show. All right, cool. So we're going to change the color. The color, I'm going to get rid of the show value, set show value. We're going to say is visible equals tile dot status. If tile dot status is visible, tile dot status equals, what did I say? Hidden? Hidden, false, else true. All right, so we're going to change this show value, is visible. Equals hidden, then false. Background color, did I just do it backwards? No, okay. So we're going to say is visible. If it is visible, it should be white. If not, it should be colors dot primary. It should be hidden. Yes. And then on click, set value A to tile value. Oh shoot, now we need to, oh geez. Now we need to target that actual tile. So we need to say this specific tile, set it to on click, but it needs to come from above. And we're just going to add an ID property to all of these. ID. We're going to make them numbers instead. Oops. Okay. index. Now we can use the ID, tile.id. Cool. And then so set tile value, set value A to tile value. Then we need to say tile values find, oops, can we find, what is it, JS find array? Tile values out find the tile where tile.id equals, and then we're gonna have to actually pass the whole tile. So pass the whole tile, and then we'll just take tile.value. That's what we'll do. Oh my goodness. Why are you being so difficult? Right, there we go. Oh, I see the issue here. Values, value, tile value of value dot id equals tile dot id. And then we'll say, all right, so we found that element. We want to replace it. Is it splice? Ooh, can we just replace? Is that a thing? No? Okay. You could do index of. Index of tile. Const index equals tile values index of tiles. And then we'll say tile values. Now splice returns the same array, right? Yeah, it changes the constant of the array. Okay, so we'll say tile value dot splice. So we want to replace the at the index of that. We want to delete one, and then we want to replace it with value is tile.value, status is visible, ID is tile.id. I think this makes sense. I think. Say const visible tile equals that's what a visible tile looks like. So just visible tile. visible tile, const, hidden. Hidden tile. Back to hidden. All right, okay. So if value A is null, we set the value of A to be whatever the value of that tile is, right? Cool. Then we grab the index of that tile from the array of tile values. We grab that index number. That'll tell us the position in the array. And we have the IDs to make them unique. Then we go back to the array, we cut out that original version, we delete it, and we replace it with the same tile, but with the status changed to visible. I think that works. We'll see. And so we're going to do the same thing. Whoops. With B. And let's see if that works. And then we're passing the tile through still. So if tile status equals hidden, then is visible should be false. And if visible is false, then the background color is primary and the color is primary. But if visible is true, then it should be secondary and white. So let's see if this works. No. All right. Where are we going wrong? Where are we failing? Let's console log is visible. Okay, status is hidden. Status is also still hidden. But then if you go here, this one is visible. Interesting. I wonder if the same happens. Hidden, but it's visible in the array. Okay. And then hidden, but it's visible in the array. And this went back to hidden. So why would that go back to hidden? How does splice work? Does splice not change the original array? To create a new array and with the segment remove and or replace without mutating the original array. Right, but I want to modify it. That's the goal. I want to modify it each time. So why is that not modifying it? All right, so I think okay. Oh, maybe. Let's try this. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I just need to move it out of the file. Perfect. All right, so they're matched. Oh, and then I need to clear them now. Okay. Perfect. All right, yeah. So I think they were just re-rendering each time. Like the list was being re-rendered each time. So by moving it into its own separate file, now it just pulls it in once as if it's like a foreign data source, which it is. And then just sets it the one time. All right, cool. So now that we have them matched, what we need to do is, now that they're matched, we need to clear right. If value A equals, I wonder if I set a timeout, if that would work. Set timeout. Const check for match. Val1, oops. Val1, Val2. Val1 equals Val2. Let's do Val1. Oops. And then let's try sending this. Set timeout. Check for match. Now we're going to send value A, value B, and then 500 milliseconds. Use any for now, just to please the TypeScript gods. Ooh, but what are we passing? It has to be value value. No. Oh no, value A and value B is fine. Okay. Let's try it now. Okay, so that worked. Okay, perfect. So I think the set timeout was what needed to happen in order for it to work using value A and value B. All right, so let's say if value A, because I don't actually need to pass it, value B. Oh wait, no. Did it call match? It did. It did call match. So let me check. Let's recheck. I think it worked. Yeah. No. Wait. Hold on. One. It calls match before we even select the second value, so that doesn't work. Oh, you know what? I'm supposed to have it in here. That's probably why. Does not work. Oh wait. No, does not work. Okay. Let's try that. Interesting. How does set timeout work? Because that seemed pretty quick. What if I said 2000? Oh my god, 2 seconds. Interesting. Let's say value A we're getting null for value B. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so value B is still null. Okay, so let's go back to where it was working. But was it working? Now I'm confused. Like, did it actually work? Ah, jeez. All right, let's go back. Pre-set timeout. Pre-moving this. Okay, so that is happening on the second click, which is what I want to happen on the click of the second one. All right, so let's just leave that as is. All right, so they match. Now what we need to do is reset. So in this like point in the thing, we like give a point to yourself or whatever the like, how do we have it? I guess, I don't know, whatever we decide, how we decide to count the points, like our matches, or maybe we just leave it like that. But at that point, whatever that happens there needs to happen there. And then now we move from, we need to set value A and value B to null. All right, so then we're going to go set value A to null, set value B to null. Let's try this now. Boom, boom. All right. Then, boom, boom. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. All right, awesome. So we've pretty much set up this aspect of the game. Let's fail. We should try failure. Oh, okay, we don't fail. So now I need to fail. Set it to fail. All right, so yeah. If value A equals tiles value, else, so this is, if it does not, we need to, what happens when you play this game? You guess 1, you guess 2, and if both are correct, you see both of them forever. But if both are incorrect, you now need to hide both of them. So we need to set them to be hidden tiles. All right. Const temp value A equals all right, and then we're going to say const temp full A tile set temp full A tile equals use state any for now, and then we'll say no. I'm gonna say, ooh. I got rid of something. I think I got rid of value A. Yep, I did. That was not what I meant to do. All right. Okay, so we're gonna set that. We're also gonna set temp full A tile to just be tile. So that's gonna give us everything we need for our A, and this is why that's important. Because when I go back down here in my else, I need to know what to set. So I'll have the current tile is going to be the B tile, but I need to be able to set hidden tiles for the A and the B tile. So we're going to say set. We are going to say we're going to have to run this index twice. So else. So this is for first tile. This is going to be for second tile. Oops, there we go. Index 1, index 1, index 2, index 2. And then instead, so first one we can just pass in hidden tile because that's going to have that set. The second one, the first one, which is really the second one, we need to pass in the original A tile. That's what. Temp full A tile. And that should work. And then set these to null. Should happen regardless. Oh no. Yes. No. Yes. There we go. Yes. Yes. Okay. No. Yes. All right. Let's try it. Hold on. Let me run through this once because I think it might screw everything up. Okay, that's separate. Else if value A does not equals null, and value B does not equal value A does not equal null, and value A does not equals tile dot value, then we run this. Okay, so this should still work. That works. And then it works again. Great. But this, okay, that's when I get the error. Okay. So we're getting gotcha. Okay. So, okay, there's something wrong in my logic here. First tile, reset. Second tile, reset. Index 1 equal, tile values, index of, that's the issue. Index of, it's not tile. Index of temp full tile A. Yeah. Yeah. I think that works. That works. Ooh, that does not work. let's console.log tile values, and see what I'm doing wrong here. If you know what I'm doing wrong, feel free to comment down below. Visible. Then we have a new one. Oh. That's what we have to take it out. Okay. So we need to remove okay, so we say hidden a tile, set hidden a tile, and then we need to get the index of the visible a tile, const visible a tile, set visible, and this should be something we refactor because this doesn't make any sense. I mean, it makes sense, but like it's going to be confusing for me later, so I should refactor so I remember what I wrote. Set visible a tile to be visible tile. No, that, yeah, I should just set it to there. Okay. Yep. Boom. All right. So then visible a tile now needs to be that and replace that. Yeah, that should work. Kind of worked. We still have the key issue. But that one did go away. So we're like a quarter of the way there. Why did that not work? Because 3 is now back to hidden, which is at index 4. Hidden. Let me console log the tile values in three set to visible, and then 3. Oh wait. Splice. But it should replace it at that value. Okay. does not. Okay, let's do console.log index1. Now we're going to go, oops, console.log values. We're going to console.log visible a tile, and we're also going to console.log hidden a tile. And somewhere along the way, we're going to find the answer. All right, so 39 is, okay, so index of visible a tile, hidden a tile, correct. Oh, wait. Visible a tile, hidden a tile. Okay, yes. So that worked for the A tile. It didn't work for the B tile. That's the issue. That's the issue. Okay. So index of, it's not tile though. It's visible tile. Yes, that's what it is. That's what it is. Okay. I think I got it this time. Playing the game, it worked, and then, yes. Okay. So, we have visible tiles, we have the invisible tiles. It's working as expected. Fantastic. What's the next step? I guess the goal of this is just to match everything, right? Like, that's the goal. And if you mess up, you just keep going until you get it right. Cool. Makes sense. So now let's make this next level. Let's take a look at the design. All right, so we have a timer and we have moves. Okay. Oh, okay. So let's try and set up a timer so we can see how long it's taken us to play this game. So we'll say new file, timer.tsx. I'll say const start equals date now. Save that. And then in here, we're going to get a box from Material UI. So box. And then we're going to say timer, or time elapsed. What does it say? Time, it's just time. Then we're going to say date.now minus start. And let's see. If I put it in here, will it actually work or will it give me? I think I'm going to make a new. Let me put it here. Let's say timer. I think I want to make a game container or something. And it doesn't keep running. I'm not a robot. Oh gosh. Maybe I am a robot. All right. Okay. Let's try this. Let's try. What is this from? Using for? Oh, okay. So what if we did date now minus start every 1,000 seconds? Oh, okay. Oh, I see what they're saying. They're saying do all of this, but then that. Then do I need to save it this? It's implicit. Let's see if that works. Nope. This would be a client. Save that. To be that. Let's say now. Interesting. I think the setter is throwing it off. Because like it's kind of working, but it's also very broken. All right, let's not do that. That's fine. That's fine. What if I did just let now? And then I said that now equals that. And then I did this, and then I said now. I wonder if that's better. Apparently not. Oh. Let's try this. All these solutions are very interesting. I'm just wondering which one's gonna work. Looks like I'm breaking it. Ah, that time. It's gonna be a little bit annoying performance-wise, but it does work. All right, I don't love the concept of a timer, but it does work. So I'm just gonna comment it out for now, but we have it there in case we want it. Okay. Let's enable the restart in the new game. All right, so when the user clicks restart, we want to basically send back the new page. So actually, no, before we restart, we should figure out a better way to randomize these numbers. So let's do that. Okay, so let's go back to the game. All right. Is this still running? Why is it still running? Yeah, let's figure out a way to randomize this so it's at least a little bit challenging, because right now it's very, very easy. Okay, let's see. Okay, so how are we deciding to display these? We're not using this, we're not using this. We're just mapping through them in order. Can we randomize that? How to randomize an array? Yes, shuffle the array. Unbiased shuffle algorithm. Okay. Okay, let's shuffle. This was March 28th. This was 2022. Okay, let's go with that. Okay, let's try this. So let's say const shuffle. Oh. All right, so we're gonna shuffle it. What do we want? Ooh, this could throw off everything. Oh. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say const data from data. Then we're gonna say shuffle. This whole logic needs to go above this. Shuffle equals data.length, and then data shuffle data. Oh, we can just call shuffle. But does it return? Yeah, I guess console log. It wouldn't shuffle the actual data, would it? Like it would. Ah. Okay, let's try that. Okay, and oh Jesus. Okay. That's fine. they shuffled? Oh, they are shuffled in place. Fantastic. Okay, so then I don't need to do it as data. I can just do it as tile values. And whenever I have data, I just set it to tile values. Sweet. All right, let's bring in, let's create a new folder. We'll say helpers index.ts. We're going to move shuffle into there. We're going to say, oops. We're going to import shuffle. We should export shuffle. And it should shuffles any array. We're not discriminatory in the array. Oh, jeez, it hates that. All right, fine. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Let's do values. All right. I was trying to be all neat and clean and didn't like. Oh, it still doesn't like that. Actually, the hydration error was from before. That's fine. That's all right. Wait. Oh. Oh, no. What is going on? No. All right. What the heck? Okay, I think I see the issue here. I think what I actually need to do is shuffle the array. Yeah, I think I actually need to shuffle the array in the data file. Const original tile values. Export. Then we have shuffle. We're going to say ordered tile values. We're going to say tile values. Whoops. Ordered tile values. I'm going to say shuffled tile values equals shuffle and then we're going to bring in shuffle tile values. I think this will help. And then all the tile values I change to shuffle tile values. No, still errors. Oh wait, oh wait, oh wait, oh wait. This is working better. All right, doesn't work. One. It works. I don't know why I'm getting errors, but it works. 3. No. 4. Oh wait, this isn't good. I can hover and see that. That's not good. But that bit works. All right. Now I want, if I refreshed, is 1 and 1 in the same place? Oh, no, it's not. Okay, that's great. On hover, I want to see. So this is working. I don't know why we're getting those errors, but it's working. So let me finish optimizing the game, and then we'll figure out what's causing those errors. I mean, there was an error because the entire root was switched to client rendering. Text did not match server 3, context 3. Replace with client content and hashtag document. Text did not match. I mean, can we just use client right through? Like, is that acceptable? Yeah, we're gonna get rid of this folder. It's kind of defeats the point, the purpose of this whole thing, but if it's gonna get rid of these errors, oh Jesus, all right, let's focus on the optimization of the actual game itself. So we shuffle the tile values, and then we on hover. But we want the color to also be colors.tertiary. All right, that's cute. So then when you click, I just don't like this hover state at all. Like, maybe we just leave it in colors.primary. No, but then it doesn't show the second number. So we do need the set time. On click. Let's try something. Interesting. What did I do there? So I needed to reveal the second tile. think it was when I added in this. Okay, so it works. Click C, click C. Okay. But it doesn't show. Oh, that's what it is. It's setting the values to be, that's why. So it's causing a rerun, I think. Nope. Interesting. Why is it lying? Let's on click. Let's do. Hidden. So it's always returning hidden on click. And we're never getting back that it's now visible. After the fact, we're getting that it's visible. All right. So, how do I get it so that when I click on the second one, it shows on click, it should be visible. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's that simple. on click. Let's say is I wonder if that works. Jeez. Okay. What if I hoist it? What if I hoist it? But then is that not just what we're doing right now? On click. If it's a setting event, then it might. Alright, so on click sets it to this one. What if I did const tile values set tile values state let's start with shuffle down values. No. Oops. This is gonna fix it. Yeah. Let's go back. Yes. Okay, let's try that now. No, that does not work. Alright, I feel like there's a really simple solution to this. I'm just literally overcomplicating it so much. That would also have something to do with it, wouldn't it? That would also have something to do with it. Okay. Still hit. What if I did that in the set time? Not Control X, Control C, Control. All right. Oh, that's working. All right, so it like half works, like 0.5% works. All right, so you turn it, you see one, you don't see the second, you see the second. It's more of like a guessing game at this point. Also, it's not shuffled anymore. Oh, why did I match them? Oh, jeez. Oh, because. Oh, that's a problem. If value equals all right, so maybe instead of setting. We're going to try something different. First tile. We're going to try to set that the second tile. Second tile. All right. So if first tile, and then is going to be the tile. All right, we're going to get rid of this hidden A tile, visible A tile. Actually, let me not. Wait, let me not get rid of that shit. Let me change one thing at a time. All right, so first tile, but it's going to set it to tile. And the second tile is going to be setting it to tile. So first tile dot, if first tile equals, first tile dot value equals tile dot value. Oh, you know, that's also true. I should just make a type for this. Equals tile dot value and first tile dot id does not equals tile dot id, then we say it matched. Else, if first tile does not equal null and first tile does not equal tile dot value, then we say it matched. Else, if first tile does not equal null and first tile does not equal tile dot value, then we say it matched. Else, if first tile does not equal null and first tile does not equal tile dot value, then we say it matched. Else, if first tile does not equal null and first tile does not equal tile dot value, then we say it matched. Else, if first tile does not equal null and first tile does not equal tile dot value, Cannot read properties. Ah. Button. So if it is visible, the button should be disabled. Boom, just fix that whole problem. Alright, I've broken it more than I fixed it. Alright. Yeah, a lot of bugs in this one. A lot of bugs. Alright, let's see if I can figure this out. What are the list of issues? Let's make a list of the issues we have. Alright, so issue number 1. Second number cannot be seen when clicked. That's issue number 1. Issue number 2 is double clicking the same number comes back as true, as a match. And those are 2 major issues for the moment. Alright, so we got that. See, it's not fun when you can't see the second number. To really on-click, the tile should show. On-click, we should see what's under the tile. Regardless, like visibility shouldn't have to do anything with the hidden property. So on-click, and this is back the same hole that I was in. On-click is visible, set is visible. Is this gonna screw it up though? It probably will. On click. If not, it really should just trigger. I don't know why it's not triggering. Let's see. As you can see, they're using vanilla JS. Video one. Okay. They did a set timeout. Okay. That could work. That could work. That could actually work. Okay, so on click, we set visible to true. But no, we don't want it to just be, we want it to be a set timeout. True, we call flip number. Wonder if that's gonna work. How? Literally how? Okay. Yes. Okay. That was just very good luck, by the way. I did not plan that. Okay, cool. So that we see it and then they go away. We see it and then they go away. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. Perfect. Okay. Thank you, Internet. All right, cool. So I'm happy with that. So we fixed issue 1. We fixed major issue 1. Double clicking the same number comes back as a match. Now let's try and fix this one. Matched. And then it just stays visible. It just stays visible. All right, so let's see. I think after you've I'm gonna up this to 3 seconds. I just thought about a use case. But I think after you flip, the button should be disabled. Flip. And then we'll set and disabled to look just the same as normal. I think that should work. Cool. I like that. All right, we don't get. Actually, is it coming back as a match? No, it's not. Okay. No match. Save that. And then we can have the moves count. New file. Moves. Moves. Box. And this is just going to display the number of moves. Moves. Oops. There we go. And I'm going to drop moves in here. Get the moves like Jagger. Get the moves like Jagger. Alright. Moves. And then where did I have that extra one? This. So you're going to come with me. You're going to put that there. Save that. I'm just moving the container. Like fake container. Save that. Game moves. Oh, moves equals. Then we're just going to create a prop here. I'm going to say const moves set moves. equals use state 0 on tile click moves plus plus. More JavaScript. That's more JavaScript. All right. Moves plus plus. Oh, it's more failed JavaScript. Let moves. Why did I just let moves equal 0? I don't know why I did it. Made it so complicated. All right. Ooh, it's not going up. Why is it not going up? Maybe I do need to set moves. Maybe there was a reason I made it. There's probably a reason I made it so complicated. My brain just working. Moves plus 1. Oh. Yes. Okay. Number of moves is going up. I mean, and yeah, you could just click on that and see all of them, but that would be cheating, and you shouldn't do that. That's the logic for that. Could add multiple players. Could have a new game. All right. 10 moves. Nope. I think 3 seconds is too long. I think the 1500 was the right place to be. Okay. Oh. Okay, got one. Yes. Okay. Jeez. Oh, jeez. It's gonna take me ages. Yep. Nice. Nope. Okay. Nope. All right. Game over. So I want restart. To refresh page with button, click JS, button. Wonder if that will work if I click that. Man, I should make it optional. Okay. Good. Let's, okay, gotta do that. Yay, it worked. All right, cool. Restart button working. Restart and new game are basically the same thing. Unless we had some sort of game tally. So I guess for now they can do the same thing. And yeah. And that was part 1 of how to build a memory game. If you want to see a part 2 where I get into bug fixes, responsivity, and multiple players, comment part 2 in the comment section down below. But what do you think? Do you think you need to learn JavaScript to become a web developer? Do you think it's really an essential skill, or do you think you could go straight to React without actually ever learning JavaScript? Moreover, do you think you need HTML and CSS as well? Comment your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you're interested in starting a career in web development, check out that first link in the description below to access one of the best tools I think is out on the market today, and one of the most affordable. When I was starting out my career trying to become a web developer, learning HTML and CSS and JavaScript, it took me a very long time to get to a place where I felt comfortable working on projects for other people, for paying clients. And that's just because I didn't have a tool like this available to me. There wasn't one that was comprehensive enough or affordable enough for me to really make that career switch. But what I've done to fix this problem, once I learned how to become a developer and I was able to get a job and, feel confident in my skills, I created a course that basically lays everything out that you need to know, from the basic intro of what is Git and how to work with HTML and CSS, all the way to interviewing and landing a job as a front-end web developer. And I put all this together at an affordable price. So if that sounds interesting to you, check out that first link in the description below. Or if you want to check out some more tutorials and content, check out one of these recommended videos up here. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.